Hi YouTubers, this is Norhime Yumi, aka Stray. I am sorry I haven't updated it in a while. I've been kind of busy with certain things. Um, Going on a couple apps on my phone, such as Wattpad, and found this new manga community app called Zingbox. I've been playing around with the Zingbox a lot, but Wattpad, I've been writing some some stuff, random stuff I write. Um, but since my last video about why I don't fuck with Ouija boards and shit like that, since then, I think that was probably on the second, maybe on the second week of July. I'm not sure. Because, I'm not sure. Because I lose track of time a lot, guys. Let me check if this video is actually working. Because last time I did a video when I tried to shoot the one about the Ouija board, it stopped on me. Ouija board thingies. Okay, this one's not stopping on me. Okay, since then, I've had some paranormal things happen. I've had a couple of nightmares. Yeah, that it was done by the incubi. I have had awake attacks, but let me tell you guys, when I have the awake attacks, I can move because Warren is keeping the incubus from holding me down. So I've learned that recently. And when I do have the awake attacks, recently I will lay in my bed trying to go to sleep, waiting for my meds to take effect. And what I do every night is listen to my my Japanese band music. My favorite band called Muku. It's a Japanese band. How you spell the fuck, I went blank. How you spell the Japanese band's name is Nucc, like I explained before. I always listen to some songs on my playlist to relax me. And well, recently when I've been trying to sleep, I lay in my bed and I have my earbuds in and I'm waiting for my insomnia meds to kick in. Since I have chronic insomnia, I have to take a pill for it. This pill is called Lunesta, and it really works for me. But last night it didn't work for me because I ran out 5 days ago, and the first I finally got it filled. The pharmacy I go to only lets me get it filled eh, eh, once a month on the first because it's a controlled substance. You know how that is, people. Well, I take Lunesta for me to sleep, and like I was saying, I'm in my bed, right? Laying in my bed. And let me tell you guys, I have to have my legs since my knees are freaking messed up, they pop out easily and stuff. And they're kind of the surgeon in Kansas said my knees are deformed in a way, and they also the kneecaps rubbing bone on bone, and they're also deformed, and that's why when my knees are Uh, that's why my kneecaps are kind of crooked a little bit. They look crooked. They're different than everybody else's. And he said that I have to explain this to you guys because it's part of the experience at why I have to have my legs in certain angles when I sleep. Well, my knees are fucked up pretty much. I dislocated my knees. The first time I dislocated them was in 6th grade. I remember it like it was yesterday. We were playing dodgeball, and a kid threw a dodgeball at me, and I jumped up to try to catch it, and my knees just gave out on me and locked like this, and the floor to the gym was completely hardwood floor, and both of my kneecaps slammed onto onto the floor, and my left. If I don't look at the camera, I'm sorry. I have I have troubles looking at people when I talk to them. It's part of my PTSD. Yes, I have PTSD, post traumatic stress disorder, due to my bio dad would torment me, beat me, and stuff when I was really, really small when he was around. And I got a scar right here on this indentation scar on my face from him taking a cigarette and burning me. And my bio dad, like I said, he was a druggie and a severe druggie and a drunk. So when he was hopped up on drugs and fucking drunk as shit, he would beat me. So we'll get back to the story with my knees, okay? Because telling you about my knees is part of the story and why I have to lay them in certain ways. So you guys know why my legs are like this. So I'll get to the paranormal part in a little bit. But that's why I can't look at the camera. And also I can't look at the camera because of my PTSD. I can't even look certain people in the eye when I talk to them, and people get upset about that, like I said, and I can't help it. But like I said, getting back to the knees, yeah, so my left knee was the first to go out, and when I fell and hit my knees, my legs went straight. I hit them on top of them with my legs bent, and then I bounced up off the ground. Off the floor, and they went straight. And I felt the pain was, thinking about it makes me have troubles explaining this. The pain was almost like I just got shot by a machine gun in my kneecap several thousand times. That's how it felt. And I scream in agony, crying, and I'm saying all these cuss words, and all the kids around me are rushing over to me, and my teacher from my special ed homeroom, since I have a learning disorder, I had to have a special ed thing. Teacher. Her room was next to the gym, not that far, and she heard me screaming. And the gym leader, I call it the gym leader, the gym teacher, I call her a gym teacher, gym leader, okay, from Pokemon, because it reminds me of a gym teacher. Well, the gym leader, she ran into my teacher's homeroom and screamed for my teacher to come see what happened. And so the homeroom teacher came in and I was cussing up a storm and everybody, all the kids gawked at me because I'm a really, in school, I acted different than I was at home because, when I lived at home, I just didn't want people, when I went to school, to see my flaws. I will even do that in public. I don't like people to see my flaws and stuff, so see my PTSD flaws or shit like that, or my anxiety flaws, or my mood swings I have at home with my slight with my depression and shit like that. I have bipolar depression. I have bipolar depression. Not schizophrenia or anything. I'm not schizophrenia. When I was little, I used to see spirits and shit, and I would tell our mom about it. And she took me to a doctor, and they couldn't find anything wrong with me. They thought I was schizophrenic, but I wasn't. So, they ruled me out as not being schizophrenic, okay? I'm not schizophrenic. I'm not at all. So, like I said, I would hide my flaws of my PTSD, my anxiety, even try to hide my asthma problems, but they would act up anyways. I tried to hide anything that I see myself as flawed when I would go to school. But everybody gawked at me because they didn't know that I cussed at all. They didn't know I cursed because I would never curse around my classmates at all. So they were like whispering to each other, saying, "Oh my god, she's cussing! We've never seen her that way." And my homeroom teacher kept telling me to quit cussing, quit cursing. And I'm like, "Are you fucking serious? This fucking hurts! This fucking hurts! I'm in fucking pain! This fucking hurts!" I was screaming like a maniac because I was in so much pain, and I was crying too. I was really, really crying because I was in so much pain. So they tried to get me up. They tried to lift me up to get me on my feet. And the pain got more intense. And I'm like, put me down, I can't get up. And so they called the EMS, and the secretaries called my mother and my brother. My brother was my brother came. My brother had dropped out of college and stuff like that because he started having seizures. So he dropped out of college, and I was still in school. Yada yada yada. And Mom brought my brother, and my mom was freaking out. She was freaking out, and I was telling my mom how much I was in pain and stuff. So the EMS got me. They put my knee in a brace so it wouldn't be in any more pain, and they checked me over, checked my blood pressure, everything. Wanted to know what I was allergic to and stuff, and my mom, and I was screaming at them, telling them, "I can't think because I'm in so much fucking pain, you assholes." And when we arrived at the ER, I was placed in a room in the ER. And the doctor came in and he says, "Okay, we're gonna pop your knee back into place, but I don't want you to scream at all." And I was like, "Oh yeah, like that's gonna, yeah, this hurts so much, I don't think I can, you little shit." Usually I'm nice to people, but when I'm in pain, I'm a bitch. So they popped that left knee back into place, and you wouldn't believe how bad it hurt. It felt like they were tearing my leg in half. It did. So I screamed and I screamed in agony and bloody murder. And they yelled at me, "Don't scream!" I'm like, "I'm fucking sorry! I fucking hurt you, bastard!" And then they put me in a brace, and I apologized to the person. I said, "I'm sorry, doctor, but I fucking hurt. And I'm sensitive to fucking pain. I'm really fucking sorry." I kept cussing my head off because my leg was still in pain. So they gave me some lower tabs to take home and shit like that. And I went home. And I was to see my doctor the next day. So the next day, I went to my doctor. Not giving out his name, but I went to my doctor who I saw in Kansas. So I went to my doctor, and I walked into the room. And since I was in my brace, I had to turn around a certain way to get up on the doctor's table. Well, as I turned around, my right knee popped out of place. Just like that. And I screamed. And let me tell you, this is gonna freaking gross you guys out, but the kneecap was so popped out that it was almost under my tendon, literally. So so my my doctor looked it over, and he knew what to do, and he slowly popped it back into place. And let me tell you, um, since that was so fucked up out of place, it only felt uh, uh, like I got a shot, like I got one of those long ass needle shots. It didn't hurt. I'm scared of needles, okay? I don't like shots, but I know what the shots feel like. I get migraine shots once in a while, and they give those in the hip. So it kind of feels like the migraine shots. And when the migraine shots, when they inject shit in you, when the needle is in you, it burns like a motherfucker. And it felt like that. And so my grandma was there and my mom was there. My grandma was sobbing really, really bad. And so was my mom. And my mom said, "My baby, why is this happening to my baby?" And stuff like that. And, and, so they put me in another straight cast-like brace. And I had to be put in a wheelchair and rolled out to, and when he was done examining me and other stuff with my allergies and shit, he said that I had to stay in my braces for 5 months, and my mom had to literally bathe me and dress me. And when my mom bathed me, she had to put plastic bags around my braces. I couldn't get them wet at all. Since my knees were just put back into place, you couldn't take the braces off, because if I would have bended them or moved them, they would have popped it back into place, because that's what the doctor said. So, so for 5 months, I couldn't go to school. And Mom would call every day and tell them the reason why. And then, thanks to that, I got probation because of an injury I sustained at school. From my knees. So for half a year, I had to wear a variety of, several hundred variety of braces to get my knees back in order. And I had to take physical therapy, and to this day, I cannot bend them back all the way. I will show you how far I can bend them. Okay. See? That's only how far I can go. I can only go that far. And I'm trying really hard to bend it back all the way, and I can't. So, I cannot really bend them back all the way, hugging them completely to my chest. I cannot sit on them. I cannot crawl on them. I cannot kneel on my haunches or completely bend my knees back all the way to my butt to kneel. I can't do that. And if I sit on the ground, I have to get up a certain way. I have to get up a certain way, which is kind of odd. It's kind of odd. It's weird. I can't explain it. But, and since my knees are so fucked up, they're in pain 24/7. And since I have scoliosis too, which is a deformity of the spine, where your spine is formed in a backward S, that also makes excuse me. It also makes my knees hurt worse because my back is bad. And also, what makes it worse is I've broken both my ankles before I fucked up my knees. And my ankles roll. They roll if I don't wear high tops. So if I don't wear high top shoes, I can twist my ankles while I walk. So I can't wear high heels, I can't wear sandals. I have to wear high top tennis shoes. And since my feet are naturally big and wide, I have to wear men's shoes. So back to the paranormal event I'm talking about. I just had to explain to you about my knees first. The story behind my fucked up legs. My fucked up legs, yes, that's the story about it. Because you have to understand why I have to have my legs in a certain way when I sleep. Okay, like I said, I was laying in bed, and I always sleep on my back. I can't sleep on my ribs, anything like that, because I hurt. When I wake up, I hurt. And even if I do sleep on my back, since I have scoliosis, I sometimes wake up with my ribs hurting if I sleep too long. So, and it's hard to move and get out of bed. Like I was saying, I was listening to my music to help me fall asleep and shit. This has happened probably, the way this has been starting happening, probably the beginning of July. This has been going on last month before before I did the other video about the Ouija board shit. I forgot to do a video about it. Well, I was laying in bed, and this was probably a few weeks ago. I was laying in bed, but I but this all ended the same way. Um, be laying in bed, and my legs would be in different angles. My hands would be to my side, and my phone would be plugged in to my wall next behind me, and I would also have my earphones in it. Let my playlist play out to relax me, and I would be breathing evenly, trying to relax, and I have I would have my blankets in a certain way. I would have my fan on, my white fan on to cool me off because I get hot easy. My room is like a furnace, so. And I would lay in bed, and I just be enjoying my music and be I'd be starting to feel my meds kick in, and then
have a bowl of your.
Sorry guys, my brother interrupted me wanting some of my chips. If you heard his voice, I'm terribly sorry. I don't like to get my family members in videos because I'm a very private person when it comes to family and shit like that. Like I was saying, all of a sudden, I felt something crawl by my feet and indent into the sheets I had on my bed at the time. I haven't put my sheets, but my first layer sheet back on it. I've been meaning to. I've been forgetting, but my sheets were white, and I felt them indenting like someone was crawling on the bed, and it would move slowly and be around my thighs, and I'd feel someone's hand caressing my thighs and shit, and then my body would react, and I didn't want it going. I didn't like it, and it's hard to tell you guys this. My privates would react, and I'd feel something messing with my lower nether regions, and feel it move in and out of me, in and out of me, and it would hurt a little bit, and then it would start to turn feeling good, and then it would hurt again, and stuff like that. And I would be trying to ignore it because I like to ignore it, and the whole time my heart was beating really, really, really fast, and I felt my energy being messed with because I put off that key theory I told you guys about. I found out I put off more key or energy than a normal person because of my gifts. I'm not a medium or anything like that. I call my abilities gifts, and I felt my body feel weird, and I wasn't held down like I said because the good one keeps that from happening, and I'm glad he does. And but my body felt kind of heavy, and my head felt like heavy, and and I think it was my energy that was being messed with that made my body feel heavy and my head feel heavy. My head felt clouded and stuff like that. And I had trouble thinking. And then after this went on for 6 minutes or 7 minutes, I felt all of a sudden it quickly being pulled off of me, and I felt it hit the wall, but no, this wall, but no noise happened, and then the thing was gone. It was gone. My body went back to normal, and my energy went back to normal, and then I sensed someone standing beside my bed by my right arm, and then all of a sudden, as this thing got off me, I felt it felt kind of like a hot hand on my upper arm, touched my upper arm, and the energy of this person, who I knew who it was, and it felt gentle and kind, and this has been going on for a while. Whenever it happens, sometimes it doesn't always happen. Sometimes it does. I'm gonna do a couple. Let me check the time, guys. I'm gonna do a couple more videos to tell you all the dreams I've had. That went on my break off YouTube. I will write them down from a note thingy I have, a notebook I have. I will take them off my book off of my third book on these experiences off of Wattpad and write them down so I can tell you guys these and read them to you. I still got more Ghost Box sessions to read to you guys. I'm sorry I haven't gotten to that, but a lot of shit has been going on and stuff. I will do more videos on that and videos about those dreams and shit. Yeah, I'll tell you guys all those. I need to. I've been busy, but yeah. I got a really bad sinus infection too, and I think it's about to turn into bronchitis, which I get every fucking year, because I do. I don't know why, but sorry, there's something flying in front of my face. Yeah, check. But yeah, just wanted to tell you guys that shit has been going on. I had a severe sexual dream. That the incubi. That kind of disturbed me a little bit. A little bit the way it was. I've had, I think 2 more dreams where the incubus gave me nightmares and was trying to torment me in my nightmares, and I screamed for Warren in the dreams, and Warren got me out of them. So, whenever I have nightmares and the incubus tries to give me nightmares and tries to terrorize me or whatever. With nightmares and the incubus in the nightmare and trying to terrorize me and shit. I scream for Warren. And also I would have I've been having dreams lately. Been reoccurring a little bit of the incubi coming in a dream. And I would be praying to banish it out of my dream. And he would be scary as all fucking hell. He would be trying to lunge at me, scream at me, growling at me demonically. And when I would pray, he would shriek and shit. So, yeah. So I will tell you those dreams in other videos. Today, something happened to me that was paranormal. Me and my mom were both there. In South Carolina, there's a Walmart in Goose Creek. And we had just gotten into Walmart, and how do I explain this? The entrance of Walmart is on the right side. The food part is on the right side, and the bread part is not that far from the entrance. And the vegetable area is right in front of the frozen food section. Well, we were at the end of the frozen food section aisle. There was a row of frozen food in front of the bread aisle. Well, I'm a person that notices shit and notices my surroundings a lot when I am out in public, but when it's at home, it depends. Well, we walked past this half the bread aisle, and I noticed there was a certain brand of bread. I can't remember the name because the name was so freaking weird to me because I've never seen a brand like that before. Kansas has different brands of bread and shit. Well, this bread was on a shelf that had a big ass space. There's hardly any bread there, and it was shoved halfway back in the empty space. And I noticed that there was a similar brand, a similar name brand that was like several paces away on a full shelf. And the brand that's the same brand that's several paces away is a different kind of type of bread. The one in that empty space pushed back was a different kind of bread too, but it was in the same brand. And so I looked and took note. It was shoved halfway back there. And it was strange to me that most of the space around it was blank. Almost like in a circular type thing. Circular type space. So we walked at the end of the aisle, the very end. The very, very end, at the end of where the last door, the fridge door, which was on the left side, where you can get frozen vegetables out of. And the bread was on the right. The frozen vegetables were on the left. The frozen vegetables were on the left, and the bread was on the right. Gotta remember that, guys. And so, Mom, we just grabbed some frozen vegetables, and let me tell you guys, right as I noticed that bread shoved way back in that empty spot, I sensed an energy around it, and I sensed something was going to happen. I sensed something was going to happen. And and like I said, we were at the end of the aisle at this point. And, um, and then I felt like I had to turn around quickly because something was going to happen because I sensed it was about to going to happen as I was standing there. I said, Mom, something's going to happen. Look behind me. When I turned, and she said, okay, and gave me a weird look. And I turned around quicker than shit. And like I said, that loaf of bread was shoved halfway back. And all of a sudden, me and my mother watched our mouths dropped as this loaf of bread was thrown, um, um, thrown to, like, thrown so far that, it was just mere inches from a fridge, door where they kept the first, the third or fourth door of the frozen vegetable place, the frozen vegetable fridge. It was either the third or fourth door of the frozen vegetable door where you can go in and grab whatever you need. And I was like, Mom, I was like, holy shit, Mom, did you see that? And she's like, fuck yeah, I did. I said, let me tell you, we're the only ones in this fucking aisle, and we just saw that happen. And I knew it was gonna happen, Mom, I knew it. And I walked over and picked up the bread. And I sensed a little bit of energy left behind from whatever spirit fucking threw this thing. And it made my hand feel weird. And I'm like, okay, I need to put this back. So I put it back where it was. And walked up to my mom, and we left that aisle to go shopping. To get other shit. So that happened today. That we witnessed that bread flying off the shelf, and that was in the Goose Creek Wal-Mart. I mean, let me tell you, nobody was in the aisle with us at all. We were the only two people in the aisle, me and my mom. So yeah, I mean, I was like, holy shit, I just saw what I saw. I was giggling and laughing about it because I was like, holy shit. Because when I see something that blows my mind like that, I laugh it off. See, I laugh shit off a lot. And sometimes when I laugh shit off, it means I'm truly hiding what I feel sometimes. So I will laugh at nothing, and that'll usually mean that I'm not showing how I truly feel. But like I said, that was fucked up. My mom, that was the first time my mom has seen something like that happen. So her face was priceless when she saw that. You should have seen her face. It was so damn priceless. I mean, and then we came home, and when we came home, we told my brother about it. And then when my dad came home off work, we told him about it, and he's like, "No way!" And Mom's like, yeah, we saw it. I was like, I'm like, I told my dad, I knew it was going to happen because I sensed it. It was funny. This is funny how her face looked. But I'll end this video for now. I just wanted to tell you about the lake attacks happening and shit, and also the experience I had today, and stuff like that. But I had to tell you guys the story behind my knees and why they're fucked up, and why they and why I have to have them spread out a certain way. And most incubi attacks, they are people that don't have legs like I do, and they sleep with their legs closed. And they feel their legs pull pried open. Well, me, that don't happen because I have to have my legs in certain angles, spread out. So my legs aren't pried open, okay? I'm just saying, I'm in pain 24/7 in my legs, and I have to sleep like that. And shit like that. You had to know the story behind my knees in order to understand why my legs are like that. Legs are, okay, my energy's being fucked with right now. As I'm telling you guys this shit. I feel it in my head right now. Happens a lot when I talk about shit like this. I was telling you, what? The story. You had to know the story in order to understand, like I said. So now you guys know what I deal with. My mom said, told me something that I do not wish to share with you guys while my siblings are awake. Because I told my mom I wouldn't tell anybody this, but my mom would have incubi dreams too. And apparently she had them when she was younger. So I'm wondering if this incubi has been summoned by an ancestor or something. I don't know. I don't know if he was summoned by an ancestor or something. Because I guess he was messing with my mom and shit like that when she was younger. So, and then he switched to me. I'm gonna have to let you guys go. This video is getting too long, and this will be the only video I probably will do tonight. But I just want to tell you the experience I had today, and about how the wake attacks have been progressing, but I never get held down because Warren keeps that from happening. Okay, I can move, but I just don't want to move because I don't want to provoke it, and I want to ignore it. I just don't like to provoke it if it's on the bed and messing with me, okay? So I just stay still, just let it do its thing, and let him be done. So that's how I am. I'm gonna do more videos, tell you guys about the sexual dreams and shit. I promise you guys this, because I've had some dreams while I've been away off YouTube, not updating. So several more videos are coming ahead, but I will put them up slowly, okay, guys? So I'll see you guys later. Norihime Yumi, aka Strike.